Okay, let's see what's going on with the lights. Are they working? Don't know. Let's see. Seems to be good so far. All right, whatever. Welcome to our channel. Everyone's here. We don't have anyone on the right now. We have 4 people. Okay, some people are coming, but a lot's going on. We're talking about Sandman coming. That should be an interesting event. The Sandman cometh. All kinds of cool things going about coming down. I know we're getting tired. I mean, this has been a long, incredibly long ordeal, but it's we're doing good. We're getting closer every day. Hey, Rumpel. Hey, Linda. Thanks. Yeah, I went out with my son for lunch, so I wore a nice shirt. Project Sandman. Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. Hey, Jill. Good evening, Jessica. John F. Where's that coming from? Uh, okay, my partner in that I learned with is calling, but can't really get on now. Good to see you, John F. Jessica, Infinite One, a lot going on. Yeah, this Sandman thing could be very interesting. Hey, Lib, I'm online now, so probably not a good time. Lib, Labster. All right. Um, any momentous activity going on in the world that anybody wants to report on? Jill, how you doing? You playing? You playing that new bass? I'll be back. I guess on Thursday I'll be back in the Zoom meeting on school, so that's exciting. Hand pink waving. Ah, everybody wants to call me now. All right, I better turn off my phone. It seems like I'm popular all of a sudden. Okay, let's turn off those. Put on the do not disturb. All right. Project Sandman. Yeah, Joshua. I think this is very interesting. Hand pink waving. Person turquoise waving. Erev Tov, Guru and family, right? The St. Simon's Island. I feel like we're family. Yeah, I am. I practice while you're doing the lives. Cool. That's nice. Yeah, I've been practicing my bass lines on the guitar a little bit, trying to like work it up. I find that yeah, I've been traveling with my guitar now. I find we're pretty much inseparable now that I'm like a confirmed bachelor. That I really need to be close to my guitar at all times. It's just in lieu of a girlfriend, I have a guitar. It's not bad. There's a lot less problems at the end of the day. Cool, cool, Jill. So Jill is practicing her cool bass lines. Yeah, it's fun, man. I love. I never really could master bass. I tried playing in a band once as a bass player, and I was a miserable failure. Hey, Shmuley, you had a good conference. I didn't really. I was listening to your messages on the train, and I couldn't really hear them. But I'm so glad that you are you're looking into lobster and all those cool things with XLM. I think it's going to be a good investment. I mean, it's kind of edging up now. While the stock market's going down, the lobster's going up, which is new. Yeah, I wish I'd come to QS. I do a Sunday thing with my son. We go out for a lunch every Sunday, so I don't really miss that. Yeah, but I would have liked to travel with Gila, but we talked a little on the phone. Hey Gary, what's going on? Did you learn anything cool, Shmuel, about investing or anything? What did you learn? Think bring anything back with you? Wake up starts tomorrow. Great things on Thursday. Let's finish this. I like that. You're right. Great things start tomorrow. Great things on Thursday. Let's finish this BS. I'm 100% through. Guitars never argue. Yes, that is so true. Guitars never argue. Um, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things that a woman can do that a guitar can't do. That's uh, yeah, I think so. It's like he was coming for Shabbos, but he'd rather stay with his friends now. So I'm kind of reaching out, and we're doing the vegan restaurant tour in New York City. So far, it seems that the Chinatown has the best chow so far. So Operation Sandman. Oh, who was saying that great things start tomorrow? You want to expand on that a bit? And Shmuley, do tell us whatever you learned on QSI. I want you guys to share a little bit. I want to know what's going on. I mean, the intel is kind of interesting, kind of not. It's really this Operation Sandman. I think is huge. You did a basic training on lobster. That is great. That's really important. So Shmuley, so you used lobster before? You on the platform? Stop trusting people and start trusting God. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, yep, yep. Hey, Mordechai. I live off the coast of Brunswick, Georgia, where the fire occurred yesterday. I chose to get off the beach when I saw the black smoke. Ooh, not sure if this fire was part of the Great Awakening. Yeah, that's horrendous, Nancy. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Yes, you have lobster. Okay, good. Yeah, lobsters are really a lot of fun. I mean, you can buy a tremendous amount of assets for not a whole lot of money. It's kind of like playing like it's kind of like playing a game kind of. Appalachian Mountains, nice. Facebook user. Wow, you're on from Facebook. That's really cool. We did trade, buy, swap, swell. That's great. That's really good. But you knew how to do that, Shmuley, or you're just learning now? Did you learn how to buy from Whiplash? I think that's a key skill. Matching up the numbers that he puts out. And I spent some time communicating with Shifra, and I think I came to understand that my harshness is a little bit overblown, and I need to just relax. It's nice to be home, Tracy. Thank you. Nino taught that. Oh, Nino, right? He taught how to. Oh, that's good. The Intel and song. Thanks, you Facebook user. I don't know. I don't know if you could tell us your name, but right now you're just Facebook user on this platform. Matzah. Yeah, I had some really good matzah, and you know what? I didn't take my big stash. I didn't take the matzah that I baked with my friends. So I have it, and I just love shmura matzah, hand baked, hand rolled matzah. It's just, especially the stuff from Albany Bake Shop. It's funny, you just get used to. Like most people don't like the matzah that I eat because Nino's annoying. Yeah, but most people don't like the matzah that I make because it's really thick, but I love it. It's just like my homeboy matzah, a diamond in the rough. Yeah, man, a little bit rough. Yeah, yeah, I love matzah. Tracy, if you're ever in the neighborhood, man, I'll turn you on to some of the shmura matzah. It's really, I don't know if you can get it out where you live. I think you probably could. There must be but it's really, you really have to go into the Jewish communities to get some. I got some at Cedarhurst. That's really good. I got some spelt matzah that's hand rolled, and it was so thin. It was really professionally done. It was really good. I like thick matzah. Yeah, me too, Shmuley. But that's a Crown Heights thing. That's because that's all we get in Crown Heights is thick matzah. So you get used to it over the years. I have to say also, I want you guys to know that I was staying on kind of like a little farm, a tiny little farm upstate, and the rabbi had grown his own horseradish, which we call chrein. And man, it was the spiciest horseradish. It was the spiciest chrein that I have ever tasted. I mean, you took a bite of it, and your whole face just like burst into explosion. Coming at you live from the apocalypse. You like burnt matzo. I also like it. Yeah, Haley. The lie we know. Yeah. Sinus cleaner. Yeah, it definitely cleans you out. My father used to talk about that, about Chinese mustard at the Chinese restaurants. He says it just cleans the Chinese mustard cleans you out. That's the way he said it. He would also say whenever we'd go, we always wanted to go to Chinese restaurants, and he'd say garbage. It's all garbage. I mean, uh, yep. Jekyll Island is the island next door to Saints. Yeah, that's where they all created the Fed. Yeah, the deed was done. Yeah, man. The LIE wasabi. Yeah, wasabi's also really hot. I finally caught alive. Great, Grandmaster Jetty. Great to have you. Hi from Trinidad. Thanks, USA. Thank you. I love you too back. Love back. I met a nice woman from whose father was from Trinidad at the Chabad house. So I met a very nice young lady. Um, Hopefully I'll get to see her again. But yeah, her father was from Trinidad. Her mother's from Queens. Hey, Stephen. I finally could. Okay, so yeah, the fire. Yeah, I think there was some kind of fire in Jersey. That's maybe why we had smoke for 2 days. But it was very smoky out there. It was very foggy, and now I think finally the fog is lifted. But you can't see any of the lights behind us. I wonder what that's about. I probably have it on the wrong setting. Can't see any of the lights. Oh, you could if I duck. Okay, quickly in our days. Hey, Mr. Ron. All right, another train derailment in Maine. Thanks, Beb, for yeah. Okay, so what do you say? Should we check out the intel? I don't have what to say. I don't have a real rant going. The only thing I have to say is like I kind of apologize for the last two lives. I was kind of on it like I was angry about something, and I talked to Schiffer, and I understood that I'm just expecting too much of people, and you just have to like everyone's struggling. I mean, just because people are rabbis or doctors doesn't mean they're not capable of doing really stupid things. Okay, so I was kind of I kind of had this attitude. I'm a Bali Shuv, and I came to Hasidus, and being a Hasid of the Rebbe kind of late in life, and with all the information we're gathering now, it just things are really falling up. We're all falling together, and it's a process that's quite interesting, at least. The live camera. Yeah, let's do some intel. Rainbow currency coming out tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool news. Perhaps QFS switch. Oh, that would be amazing if it came out tomorrow. I think crash is imminent. When the Sandman hits, when all these like 100 plus nations decide to dump the fiat dollar, that's going to be a pretty impressive, interesting occurrence. So buckle up. I'm hoping that all my creditors will just dissolve in the financial storm, and we'll get to start over. No rainbow, not till June. Yeah, it does seem a little soon, but you never know. I mean, with Sandman coming, I don't know no, I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't think anyone does. Foggy in New Jersey. Good bike riding today. Nice. Sorry, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, let's get to some intel. I'll yawn even more, but let's go to it. Okay, we're going up here, and we'll go here. Okay. So there's a post from Whiplash that says Operation Sandman, Gold and Silver Explode, April 18th to April 24th. That is um, April 18th is Tuesday, and 24 is Monday, is a week from Monday. So could be a lot of interesting things going down, really on the quick. Woke rainbow. I don't know. I don't think so. We need to worry about it being a woke thing. Rainbow currency. We get a free case of Bud Light, right? Anything happening today? I don't know if anything happened. Sure, Nancy, my pleasure. I mean, I feel a little bit. I mean, I'm coming back into being home again. By the way, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be leaving for one last trip, and then I think I'm in for the summer, man. I traveling is not. It's really not for me, but I'm kind of like I've been like kind of like cornered into traveling. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want to go, but I'm not 100% on board with it. But I'm doing it anyway, and I got my passport, so I'm ready to go. In fact, just in Trinidad, but loving. Thank you. Yeah, someday we'll find out the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Where are you going? I'm going. I won a free trip to Mexico from ASEA, and they're being really really so nice about it that I. It's actually a trip for two, and I can't seem to find anyone to go who's willing to go with me. So I might have to just go by myself. But that's okay. It's always nice to travel with somebody who loves you. Group fund. Okay, I'm on Whiplash now. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Okay, so here's some dates. I think we've seen, and Whiplash seems to get Nissan 17 complete victory. Nissan 17 was um, it was during Passover. It was the 8th of April. I don't know what's about 8th of April, but Genesis 8:4, Moses led the Israelites. The parting of the Bay of Sea was not on Nisan 17. It was on the 21st of Nisan. So, like I said, I think we need to get Whiplash a calendar, but it's okay, Whiplash. We still love you. Mr. Poole, Boston Naval Base, USS Constitution, 26-mile race, big uprising from Bostonians. Elon Musk on Twitter, launch attempt tomorrow. Okay, so they're going to launch some spaceships, some rockets. Boom. Dogecoin tied to Doge token. This is the Doge to Mars rocket, unleash him, Elon. Okay, so there was an offering for Shmuley. You can invest in Dogecoin, Doge token on Whiplash's platform. I bought a few myself. George Washington leads the first American Revolution on 4/19. That's Wednesday. The 21st is Friday, and it says 152nd anniversary of the Act of England, and they've been saying 4/20. So 4/20 is Thursday. That could be the day that Sandman is released. I don't know. 4/20 could be a big day. Total solar eclipse is on 4/20. And it's also the guy with the little mustache from World War II. It's his birthday. All right. The 21st is the end of Ramadan. That's Friday. Ramadan was based on the lunar calendar, like the Jewish calendar. The emergency alert system to all smartphones in the UK on the 23rd. That's pretty exciting. So the EBS, the EAS, the emergency alert system is coming to England on Sunday. On Sunday, what a weird time to do it. Okay, the May the 4th be with you. King Charles, 11.3, 11.4, King's death, 11.5. Mr. T's presidency made public is 11.6. Now, that could be the 6th of November, but it could also be, as Gila reminded me, it could be the Law of War manual. Please start by going through the Stellar Training Course. Okay, so Shmuley did that. Masternode XDC stock monthly program, McDonald's, Meta, Apple, Samsung, Tamadodge, and SPIA. Launch attempt tomorrow. And then there's some investment opportunities. Okay, so let's cruise out of here. Let's go to Gila. I just went by Gila. Now let's see if we can find. Just when I see Gila's website, I get all interested. Okay, nothing on the White Hat channel except Bakhmut was a trap to defeat the bad guys in the country U. Okay, and that's over. So we're not hearing much from the country U. I don't know if we want to go through this whole thing. Well, okay, you want to read? Should we read this quickly? All right, let's read this quickly. The DS are weaponizing leaks against U.S. citizens and corporations that do not comply with the globalist agenda. The current leaks and more coming are connected to the Restrict Act they are trying to put into place. If the Restrict Act was in place during the recent leaks, then DS government could stop Twitter, Telegram, and shut them down as a danger to national defense and national security laws through the Restrict Act. I had dropped several times info that classified docs data were going to hit the internet and nobody could stop the leaks, especially with the new White Hat AI system delivering the info across the world and jumping over the DS AI system's walls. As the DS try everything to take control of the narration of the country U war and the medical thing, the walls are closing in and leaks are coming. And they are trying to stop the incoming floods. Okay, the floods are coming. The storm is upon us. Fortunately, Cheyenne Mountain, USS Space Force, Mr. T, Musk, satellites have been deployed, and several agencies across the globe have satellites that are connected to Cheyenne Mountain Control. Everything happening now needs to happen as we continue a hard journey through the near-death civilization event, coming to stages of the storm ops. Mr. T being indicted during the week, coming up to Easter, resurrection was not a mistake. He holds a significant meaning. Remember, T's arrest leads to Georgie Boy, Georgie Soros, the rocker people, BO, etc. Don't fall apart in the next few months as things get super intense. Russia, China, U.S. nuclear standoff scenarios, World War III. Behind the scenes, the QFS 1-year beta test run is complete and running at pace. That's pretty cool to know. This means the DS does not control the world financial system anymore, and a controlled collapse is happening. Don't worry when you hear of the U.S. becoming broke after losing super world powers and being laughed at by the BRICS nations. The plans to make America great again is not a slogan. The world's biggest gold reserve is inside the U.S. and kept in safety since 2017. So we have the gold, apparently. We have a tremendous amount of gold. Mountains are important. I think they're talking about the 10th Mountain Division, which is, active and working already in D.C., locked up. Have faith. All right. All right. So the deep state is blaming Twitter and Telegram for leaks about the country U and coming after. Nobody wants to acknowledge AI versus AI was in control of the world leaks, and the deep state AI firewalls failed. What's controlling the good AI systems that was deployed in 2023? Why will the psyops within a psyop fail? Safety measures in place. So it seems like the White Hats are in complete control of the AI system. France preparing to overthrow the government. Israel is it seems like a lot of weird stuff is coming. Lots happening behind the scenes. Eyes on Israel. The people are preparing to confront the the bad guys that have infiltrated the country for over 2,000 years. The wave will hit the U.S. June as civil unrest and events take place. Keep buckled up, buttercups. Panic in EU as citizens in France being organized to go after their government as they are backed heavily by military intelligence and military insiders, freedom fighters, policies, squadrons embedded. Jill, how's the plane going, man? You got this? Yeah? All right, grand auto theft, right. All right. Any more interesting stuff? You're beginning to understand that the arrest of Mr. T was staged. All right, let's go to another source of info. Okay, this looks interesting. The power of Jamie Dimon and how J.P. Morgan and the deep state connected to Gilligan on Gilligan's Island, who was placed by the intelligence agency's deep state alliance, who created Robert Maxwell, and how these guys took control of the U.S. military intelligence and blackmail operations that captured U.S. generals and commanders into the deep state system operations and world fiat laundering systems was all planned dating back to the early 1900s and pre-planning of creating the three-letter agency that starts with a C. So they were planning this in 1900. These guys, like, they don't really hesitate to do long-term planning because they can, they can shift their consciousness from one body to another. They can, in other words, they can live on either by drinking, the drug AC, or they can make a clone and put their consciousness inside it. They probably have access to med beds. So these people live a long time, and so for them, 100 years is a piece of cake, man. Meanwhile, we go from generation to generation, so we don't know, how far these guys have been planning this medical thing for probably hundreds of years. The real story of how the DS took control of the world through laundering operations, through the fiat system, and the three-letter agencies, and the one in Israel. through the world is connected by blackmail that include the Rockefellers, Roth kids, and the country V near Rome created the country V near Rome created the first intelligence agencies in the world that infiltrated nations. That all helped to create the fiat system, world banking system, and in the late 80s, Gilligan started trafficking, man, and trapping nations and leaders and governments. And the financial fiat deep state money that is all connected to J.P. Morgan and our friend Jeffrey, good old Jeffrey and Jelaine, right? Jeffrey and Jelaine, a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. I'm going to get a copyright strike if I'm not careful. The financial deep state operations, the country and the plan to release the medical fund thing, right? And cause chaos is unraveling and the worldwide awakening is taking place. The Gilligan's Island saga is only beginning, and Mr. T and the White Hats military alliance Cheyenne Mountain hold the keys. Behind the scenes, the military alliance sent warnings to J.P. Morgan, World Banks, deep state military intelligence that the Jeffrey Epstein, the Gilligan's Island case is going to come out, and the Virgin Islands lawsuits and subpoenas is only the beginning, and nothing can stop what's coming. There is not enough money that can pay off threats, retaliation of the exposure of what is coming. That will set off the arrest wars, the storm operation. So we're coming into the storm. Behind the scenes, the courts are debriefing several elites that are connected to Citigroup, the Crown family that runs Chicago, BO. Everything you're watching in the public TV is behind the scenes. Military operations are moving through classified debriefings, and the world's richest and most powerful are being subpoenaed, and warning is being sent globally to the deep state. TikTok on the clock. The Biden lap, you know what, is directly connected to Gilligan and J.P. Morgan. A singing telegram. I actually met a woman on Yuntif that does singing telegrams. She has a successful company. It's quite interesting. So the bio places where they create things, all this, who forced Dr. JB's son to take this laptop to a store? Why did he take it there for so long? Why didn't he take his computer to get fixed by his many friends who are computer techs or private techs that offer secrecy through his father's powerful networks and friends, or the direct contacts he had to Yale and Harvard techies? Why did he decide to give the laptop from hell that carries U.S. military classified intelligence and things about kids and laundering and hundreds of illegal business dealings through the world that connects to treason? Why did he give this important laptop to an ordinary store? The answer: he was forced. Military operations game theory. Follow the White Rabbit operations in play. JB is wearing a rubber mask. It's not the real one. Pelosi also is an actress. HB lap thing is a marker. The hunters become the hunted. How many copies of the laptop exist today? How many did the storekeeper make? How many did Rudy Giuliani make? How many did the Fibbies make? How many did the C organization make? How did Matt Gaetz get the files? How did Putin get the files? Who's going to leak first? Everybody got the files, man. It's like open source. Big Mazdas. Hey, Randy. I guess they could only have to make one replicator and then start replicating replicators. Crazy digital. Well, happy today to him. He is a blessing. Can a replicator? Good question. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Yes, replicators can replicate anything. Yeah, we have everything. Okay, so everything is going down, man. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh boy, here's another long text. Okay, this is interesting too. Jamie Dimon, our friend from the most powerful banker on Wall Street, connected to the intelligence organizations, and also our friend to Gilligan. Diamond is the central key on how the deep state took control of the world. The Gilligan's Island lawsuits in the Virgin Islands is connected to Jamie, and his subpoena is important to this case. It is important to understand the current case in the Virgin Islands against Gilligan and the skipper too, Marianne and okay, I'm sorry. It's important to understand the current case in the Virgin Islands against Gilligan and the subpoenas for the most powerful man in the world as Sergey Brin, funny name for the most powerful man in the world, Jamie Dimon as a cover story by the military ops who are simultaneously conducted secret hidden military courts that issued the subpoena to bring all these elites for the briefings and their connections to the Jeffrey thing, world laundering, trafficking, that control over 100 countries and their corporations and the intelligence agencies. Here's what's happening with Jamie's connection to all the bad guys. The people who don't know, JD is the CEO, and he has been since the early 2000s of JP Morgan Chase, one of the biggest banks on Wall Street, and he's considered one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, Wall Street banker today. The U.S. Islands Attorney General Denise George was fired after her filing lawsuits in the Gilligan's Island case, but the lawsuit was allowed in U.S. courts. Inside, the lawsuit is confirmed that J.P. Morgan allowed Gilligan to run trafficking things through their banking system, and Mr. Dimon was aware of it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Jamie would do such a thing? Paying for, oh my, OMG. Brunel was supposedly committed suicide in jail like Jeffrey, but really, we all know better than that. He didn't really die. Leslie Wexner, who owned Victoria's Secret and Bath Body Works. Wexner hired Gilligan as his financial manager beginning sometime in the 1980s and continued until 2027. Wexner had a very close relationship with Gilligan that began in the 1980s and continued until Gilligan's demise. Wexner was once the main client of the money of the laundering system. Wexner allowed Gilligan to run his businesses out of a house he owned and resided in while CEO of Victoria's. Wexner is one of the two men who placed Jamie into power in the position of head banker of the world, of JP Morgan. Man, that was Wexner who did that. Dimon was building Citigroup with Sanford Weill that started with Commerce Credit Corp. In 1980 with Data Corps, was part of the deep state intelligence community connected to organized crime. Oh, nice guys, that moved money laundering operations and created illicit technology transfers that spied on the U.S. military and intelligence, sold military classification intel to Russia, China, and other countries. Nice guys, man. Ghislaine's father, Robert, Mr. Maxwell's lawyer, Samuel Pizarro, was the father of Anthony Blinken, the U.S. Secretary of State and BO's National Security Advisor. The American Committee for Soviet Relationships was a think tank that included many of these people, including the Crown family, Armand Hammer, and crime family. Several of these elites from the 70s and 80s tried to build the first one world financial system and economy and sold U.S. classified weapons to the country R and sold U.S. classified weapons to all the bad guys that tried to control banks, and senators and congressmen used financial blackmail traps, and they were placed. These companies and deep state operations included the three-letter agency that begins with a C, Russian oligarchs, elites, the rocker people, the Roth kids, Commercial Credit Corp, Data Corp, becoming through Citigroup, with who controlled JP Morgan, Wall Street, stock inside of social media and televised stations, etc. So what's going to become of YouTube when all this goes down? I just don't know. No, I don't know if anybody really knows, but it seems like everything the S is about to hit the fan, so to speak. Let's see if there's anything else here. Ukraine is on the verge of collapse. Next week's. Okay, I'm just looking at all these quick articles. So, well, the three-letter agency that starts with the C, the five-sided building, the Fibbies, JB, BO, et cetera, all know that the Jeffrey case is coming, and the laptop, it all connects everything. Lots happening behind the scenes. Train carrying hazardous materials derails. Official warn residents to please stay clear. All right, it's exciting times, man. Sex Pistols rocker fires a blunt message to Meghan and Harry. Wow, that's interesting. Top ex-California Democratic Party official pleads guilty to felony charge. A felony? Really? Bud CEO deletes social. Okay. He deleted his account when he was exposed as a CIA agent, deep state beer and panic. Bud, man, Bud's in trouble. Election interference from Nicholas Veniamin. Montana on the cusp of becoming the first state to block TikTok downloads. All right, all right, all right. Marxists, Mr. T calls them Marxist barbarians. Mr. T pledges massive overhaul of justice system investigations into Marxist forces in a video released to social media on the day he gives a deposition to New York's Attorney General Tisha James. Former President T pledges a sweeping overhaul of the investigation into the justice system, which he claims has been taken over by Marxist and racist forces. Fuel your success with Forbes, okay? Here's a bit of information that I'm for sure not going to read aloud, but the three-letter agency that starts with a C, did something to a president in 1963. That's as much I'm going to say. Okay. Bud Light workers revolt, lash out against Bud going woke. All right. Mr. T once again confirms what I've been preaching. The country R and C are not our enemies. They are defending themselves from the DS psychopaths that infiltrated and corrupted our government. The enemy is from within. The question is, who puts a stop to it and how? Okay, so it's coming. The storm is upon us. Sorry. All right. I thought there was something on Operation Sandman in here that I wanted to see. Okay, a lot of interesting, but not terribly interesting. Mike Gill is a man on a mission to expose the entire laundering system of the DS. He's on a mission to take down the whole system. This man is going out all Mad Max, and his life is in constant jeopardy. I shouldn't make fun of that. He's had 2 documented attempts. Oh, gosh. Finished. It's a picture of JB. All right. James O'Keefe, this is a massive opposite of honest, caught on tape. Shows a group of senior citizens are donating thousands of dollars to Democrat political things. These are these legit? Appears to be a national plot to utilize senior citizens matching a similar profile to launder millions of dollars into Democratic political campaign. Okay, German leader Chancellor Olaf will come into investigation that will expose corruption on the highest levels in the EU. This event is slated for fall. Coincidence, Mr. T's arrest will expose Georgie Boy, the three-letter agency, the five-sided building, Mr. JB, the U.S. justice system, Clinton's BO, NYT, planned DS and military coup against a U.S. sitting president inside the exposure of T being set up by this the three-letter agency that starts with a C. The facts files full declassification of the thing that happened to the president in 1963. That's going to be huge. By the five-sided building, will expose and give credit to a military coup against Mr. T. It is coincidence that the German leader will also face a silent military coup and be removed publicly for a major scandal. In the end, the corruption will lead to the DS military intelligence corruption connected to BO and Merkel. Coincidence, the French leader facing a near military coup, and the citizens are being organized by military intelligence, and police are planning to overthrow the government. And at the same time, Macron went to China to meet Xi against the orders and disappointment of the EU, NATO, and UN. Even though Macron is facing an attempted coup, he met with Xi and military intelligence. Report Macron made a deal with Xi and Russia, and the deal is connected to Germany. Turkey planned to join BRICS, and Germany was offered a new financial system that is connected to BRICS. Inside the Macron and XI, the country R, Macron must go against NATO and stop sponsoring U.S. military interests in Taiwan, and Macron must expose his own military and intelligence agencies through a planned corruption scandal. Coincidence, Turkey leader Erdogan invited Putin to Turkey against the advice of NATO, UN, and EU officials. As I've been telling you from cables, behind the scenes of Turkey aligning with the country R and letting the country C deliver weapons to their country in airspace, and letting Chinese military aircraft due to the deliveries of Russia of missiles to Serbia. I have been telling you long ago Turkey was planning to leave NATO, and now the scenes are being set up for Turkey to enter into BRICS, and Erdogan is publicly aligning with China, Russia, NATO in panic, European Union in panic, UN in panic, the three-letter agency that begins with a C, the Rocker people and the Roth kids who own NATO in panic as the plan to expose their DS world military collection. Corruption begins to fall. The fall of the 13 bloodline families. Behind the scenes, Robert Kennedy Jr. Alliance as inside live operations. That's all connected. The world is connected. How many coincidences before mathematically impossible? It was over before it began. Leaks, 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 leaks. Keep watching. Cash Patel says Dr. Bragg or Alvin, the Chipmunks failed to charge Mr. T with a crime and alleged that this was a plot to defraud the 2016 selection process, despite all the conduct occurred in 2017. How is it that he committed public campaign finance violations if he didn't use public money? That's factually impossible. Legally, Mr. Bragg, Alvin, is needed to tie those 34 ledger charges to an actual crime under New York state law or the indictment to have merit. He failed to say what crime he was charging. He just came up with a conspiracy narrative that said Mr. T interfered in the selection process, but we were talking about facts when Mr. T was already president, making it a legal impossibility. The fraudulent case is another example of the two-tiered justice system that aims to silence any opposition to the political establishment. Okay, that's that. Massive fire breaks out at a facility that is used for recycling and stores plastic and other materials in Richwood, Indiana. Execution orders issued. Those residents who are further than half a mile from the fire are told by authorities to shelter in place and keep windows and doors closed. Pets should be brought inside. The destruction of Babylon is the end of U.S.-dominated fiat paper money magic system IMO. What if BRICS dumps dollars all at once and buys XRP instead? Eclipse. Yes, indeedy. And that could easily happen. I don't know about the XRP part, but we can always hope. Hey, Karen, come to the island for fishing. That is so nice, island girl. It looks scripted. Yeah, I think Mr. Bragg is a scripted thing. I regret not touring Vancouver Island. Yeah, that's a beautiful place. All right, I think that's pretty much. Let me just go to Tyranny just for a minute, see what's going on. Nothing can stop what's coming. Jamie Dimon again. Yeah, we got all that. All right, I think this is pretty much it on the intel. Jamie Dimon. All right. Sooner than you think means prior to 2024. The world will know what course of action we'll be taking. Will not happen overnight, but sooner than you think. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Somebody from Planned Parenthood met its demise. All right. I think that's about all the news that's fit to print. And we will come back mañana, concentrating on moving to Florida. McHenry, you ain't American. Flip the switch. Yeah, let's hope tomorrow's a really big day. I think by 11 o'clock tomorrow, we will get an indication of what's going to happen. Let's hope gold prices go soaring. Let's hope XLM, XRP, that the BRICS, that the fiat currency will be coming to some kind of a rollover, play dead kind of thing. Could be a very interesting week. Let's hope. All right. So I'm going to call it a night for tonight. I'm still like kind of getting over my traveling. I'm almost there. I think tomorrow I'll be back to normal. But have a great night. And yeah, I did start at like 7:45, right? Approximately. So yeah, we did an hour. We did some intel. We got some peeps here, and just hang in there, man. It could be Operation Sandman. That the whole economy could be flipped like immediately. I don't know when it's going to take place, but probably soon. And that's going to put everything into play. All right. All right. So we will see you in the morrow. And thanks for coming. And God bless everyone. Keep the faith and rock the world. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.